Warning. I am not a psychologist, nor do I possess any formal training or certifications that qualify me to diagnose, treat, or comment on mental health and well-being. Do not interpret any of what you are about to see as medical advice. If you are truly suffering from video game addiction or know someone who is, seek the assistance of a trained medical professional.
We've all been there at some point. It could be through lost sleep, missed social obligations, or squeezing in just one more run when you should probably just call it quits. Games have a way of digging their hooks in you, and they can be really good at doing it. There comes a point when some games stop being just a fun way to pass the time, and instead morph into an all-thought-consuming, obsession-crazed monster.
It turns all your bad feelings into good feelings. It's a nightmare.
But why is it that some of these games have the power to turn us into these fix-crazed fiends? There's only one way to find out.
Gotta play to win.
So let's chase the digital dragon together through all of the ways that video games psychologically burrow their way into our collective consciousness. Hey, it's Travis, and welcome back to Game Rats. So over last holiday break, I picked up the game Returnal. And for me, this might have been a bit of a mistake, because instead of spending time with my family and friends like I probably should have been doing, all I wanted to do was spend time with Celine in run after run after run. I just obsessively played Returnal until I beat it, and I loved it. But not every game can grab me like Returnal. For me, it's a small handful, stuff like Spelunky, XCOM, or Dark Souls that really rope me in. These games trigger a sense of euphoria in my dumb little brain that says, hey Travis, you know what? You're not a useless piece of garbage. You soloed Ornstein and Smog today, so you do have value. But that's just how my brain works, and this video isn't just about me. There are many more hooks that video games use to keep us coming back. And to really take a deep dive into what it is that makes games so addicting, we have to take a look at the gamer brain. So this is the gamer brain. It's kind of cute, isn't it? For clarity's sake, the gamer brain is divided into 3 G Fuel soaked sections: the achiever, the escapist, and last but not least, the completionist. Now, since we're kind of already on the subject, let's dive into the heart palpitation inducing achiever section of the gamer brain. Almost every game in existence tickles the achiever brain in one way or another. It can be through something as simple as solving a round of Wordle on your phone or clearing a line in a game of Tetris. Though some games are just tailor-made for some good old-fashioned sweaty-palmed ego boosting or ego crushing. Today, Elden Ring, Returnal, or Cuphead are just a small handful of games that relentlessly dish out the punishment until you can get good. Extreme difficulty in games isn't anything new. There is already a decades-long lineage of challenging skill-based games. Games that reward a player's perseverance and dedication with a hit of some of that oh-so-sweet brain nectar, dopamine. The chemical that makes us feel pleasure and satisfaction. While the idea of digitally punishing yourself may not sound fun at all, your happiness-deprived brain will say otherwise. Challenges, and in turn, the ecstatic sense of reward that overcoming them can provide is the most tried and true gaming hook out there. This careful balance of risk and reward keeps us coming back time and time again. It just works, until it doesn't. The reason Soulsborns and the like are so popular is because the majority of the time, if you fail, it's your fault, not the game's. In other words, these games are fair. There's a very fine line between challenge and frustration when a game relies on cheat mechanics, whether intentionally or not. The achiever hook is completely lost and is instead replaced with anger, which the gamer brain is not a fan of. But when everything is balanced just right, the reward of accomplishing something that once seemed impossible can make any gaming journey, no matter how difficult, seem worth it. Well, that was intense. I don't know about you, but I could use a break.
Are you fed up with the trials and tribulations of everyday life?
Stress, work, or school, bringing you down.
That's great news for you, because the Escapist gamer brain is going to make all your problems go away.
That doesn't exist anymore! Come on! Jump right in!
Escapism, the blissful pleasure of projecting your weary mind into another place. It is at the root of virtually every form of entertainment out there. Movies, books, binge watching a show, and of course, video games can all help to give you a much needed break from the existential dread of your daily woes. However, games are a unique specimen because unlike every other form of entertainment out there, you are in control of the outcome, adding an enticing element of real-life evasion that the others can't possibly provide, which makes gaming the ultimate escapist activity. RPGs, simulators, and creative sandbox games are the most notorious suppliers of mental relief. These genres give you the freedom to do what you want when you want to, by using features like open-ended exploration, building and crafting, and captivating stories, all rolled into a perfect package that continuously drip-feeds your brain a feeling of reward and accomplishment. Maybe it's grinding out a quest in an MMO, uncovering a new section of the map in Elden Ring, completing your chores in Stardew Valley, or ranking up your social links in Persona 5. All of these activities not only engross you and feel satisfying, but they keep you compelled to stay within their gaming worlds. Sure, not every game will always click with you, but when it does, it's a magic experience. I would say it's probably even the reason most of us play games. Now this leaves just one more section of this glorious gamer brain. Like some cave troll hoarding a mountain of gold, the Completionist. Do you have a compulsive need to collect all of the coins in Mario? Or maybe you feel a need to uncover every single inch of the map in Assassin's Creed? If so, you may have fallen victim to the Completionist gamer brain. Collectibles, side quests, trophies, achievements, oh my. So much to see and do with so little time. Sure, you can enjoy most games without ever going down the Completionist rabbit hole. But where's the fun in that? Just become a sleep-deprived, manic hoarder who spends hours obsessively gathering and stockpiling every single shiny object, audio log, and completely meaningless trophies so you can finally silence the voices inside your head and achieve inner peace! Okay, maybe it's not that dramatic. But game collectibles are absolutely toying with your brain chemistry. When you feel a desire to 100% a game, you are in fact experiencing a form of behavioral addiction. This is the same compulsion that causes people to become hooked on other more destructive activities, like gambling or overeating. When these compulsions are satisfied, our old pal dopamine comes back to make us feel all warm and fuzzy inside. When these urges are not fulfilled, we feel compelled to change that. Some minds are just wired to need a feeling of completion, whether it's through some self-imposed mental barrier or some subconscious desire to justify all of the hard-earned money that you spent on your game. It doesn't really matter, but you gotta ask yourself, can you really just put a game down without the satisfaction of that 100% completion? Maybe. But that empty feeling might just start to eat you up inside until you go back and complete the cycle. So with that, we have fully explored the addictive nature of the gamer brain. There are still a few more habit-forming hooks that games use, like there's something to be said about the social element of multiplayer games, but these are the three main factors that keep us coming back. And it's no coincidence that some of the most highly praised games of all time expertly balance these three hooks. And in the darker side of the gaming sphere, the free-to-play model also expertly balances these three hooks, which can really get some people hooked by basically turning the game into a slot machine, just swiping your credit card for one loot box after the next. Anyway, game responsibly, friends, and thanks for watching. See you next time.